us up on what happened last time.
We're fighting plants.
Good job.
Fighting plants?
That's all?
I mean, that's what I was going to contribute. Mountains.
Yes, we were continuing our trek.
Yeah, we got hit by a tidal wave.
Mm-hmm. In a big kind of open field. Everyone got kind of like separated.
Marco Polo.
Yes.
Oh, Marco Polo. Yeah, that's true.
I believe Elle lost Cordelia at one point.
Yeah.
We're all spread out. Eventually we come back. Cam, although she doesn't know it, finds Cordelia. And so there's like the whole heartfelt like, oh, Cordelia comes back. Then I think we make it up to the mountains, or we're just on the cusp of getting onto the mountain. And that's when the plants attack.
Yep.
I believe.
So you're about an hour up the mountain road, which is also why I had to Google how high up you can get walking an hour in a mountainous terrain, which is something I've never had to Google before, but that was really fun to find out. So you're about an hour in, and you were surprised when you hit the base of the mountains to find that you're looking for the bandit stronghold. It's uncharted territory as far as the speaker, the council speaker had told you. But you were, with some very good perception checks, you were able to find a road that was hidden from a certain angle and then revealed to you looking at it from a different way. So kind of a hidden in plain sight sort of situation. And following that road up, it's kind of narrow. A hand cart at best could make it up. Horses going single file, or in the case of you all, walking 2 by 2 with the mountain towering over you on one side and then dropping very quickly on the other side of you when somehow Dace, who seems to be a little bit unpresent/present at the same time, stopped you all, noticing a root moving. And you saw coming towards you massive Venus flytrap-esque plants, huge, taller than you, at least 2 to 3 times the height of you, kind of like moving towards you, crawling with its roots over top of the mountainous terrain. You saw one in front of you and one to either side of you on this very narrow mountain road. And as I send out an owl bear, as long as no one has any questions, I'll need some initiative rolls.
Okay.
Everyone to start. And Dennis, as long as you didn't have any questions either.
Nope, I'm good. Good.
Well, we're high up.
So according to Google, after an hour of walking, you're about 1,000 feet up, according to that calculation for a moderately fit person.
1,000 feet up, so high elevation, eh?
Mm-hmm.
That's what. I understand. I didn't do my technique.
All right, initiative rolls. Basil.
3.
Oh boy. Mrs. Q.
A 4.
Thank you, Dace. Elle.
9.
Cam.
8.
Oh, guys. And
boys.
Apoc.
21.
Oh no! Yay!
Guys.
I'm supposed to be good at this.
I rolled a 17.
Yeah, so when you roll on D&D Beyond, it auto-populates for me, which is really nice.
Oh, perfect.
Is that your D10?
Nope. It's a penguin.
Oh, yeah.
He's okay. All right. So, on the owl bear, first and foremost, I'm going to get you guys to put yourselves in the order in which you think you were walking up. So marching order.
Are we want to be walking beside me? Or should we be walking last? Since we rolled so terribly.
I mean, I think that is kind of
Okay.
we've got to pretend that this is a priori. You just making this up right now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Just put yourself wherever you want to be put.
Okay, cool. Well, Dace shouldn't Dace be at the front? Because he was the one who saw the...
So Dace was technically the one who did see it, I will say that. But he
Okay,
could have easily... Oh,
I'll be first.
Right.
alrighty.
The diamond formation.
Mm-hmm. Diamond failings.
Good job, guys. All right, so after seeing and narrowly being missed by the one of the tendrils, you see one of the plants
Whoa.
directly in front of you and one to either side of you.
Okay.
And sorry, what was that?
No, I'm just saying, I was just making a comment about the pictures.
Yeah, they're great. And whether it's because he is super excited or has been losing his mind this whole time, Apoc has the jump on these creatures.
How big would you say they are?
They are large.
They are large. It doesn't say. Okay. I'm going to pull out my bow
Mm-hmm.
and take a shot at it for my action. And you guys all here check out my warlock.
Uh-huh.
Love it.
Oh, that's a crit fail.
Ooh.
I think that's what I do. I crit failed.
All right, which one did you aim for?
I would have been shooting for the one by the edge.
All right, there's nobody in front of you, thankfully, so you don't have a risk of hitting anybody else with your critical failure. But the arrow does go wide, and you hear the plant number 3 just kind of hiss at you angrily. Anything else on your turn, Apoc?
Bonus action I want to do. Yeah, I mean, I don't have anything as a bonus action. That was gonna be it. That was a really depressing first roll.
You're a little too excited.
Yeah, it's just like giddy and just like takes this weird little hop to like shoot at it because it's fun, and then just completely whiffs.
Yeah. The plants are up next. The rest of you rolled real bad.
Eep.
Indeed.
All right, so plant number 1 is going to... From plant number 1, you see as it's kind of like moving and just sort of creeping towards you. It doesn't seem particularly fast, but it's going to shoot 2 very viney, very thorny tendrils out towards, one towards Dace, the other towards, I can't really see anybody else. It'll go one towards Dace and one towards, 30 feet. One towards Dace and one towards Cam behind him. So towards Dace, that's going to be a 17 to hit. Dace?
He's on.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. And towards Camembert, that's going to be a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. So both of you get smacked by this tendril. You take, Dace, you have 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Cam, you have 3 points of bludgeoning damage, but you are both grappled and restrained by the tendril. So it like grabs you and starts to constrict you. It's getting a little bit too tight for comfort.
Okay.
And as it does, Dace, you being the closest one, the tendril is going to kind of grab onto you and pull you towards the jaw of this thing as it yanks you the 10 feet closer, or the 5 feet closer, I guess. And in your restrained form, it's going to try and take a bite at you. Yeah, bite.
Jeez. Okay.
Plants are no joke, guys. I think being restrained.
Speed 0. Attack rolls have advantage.
Advantage. Okay, that's what I was looking for.
And we have disadvantage on our attacks.
Yeah.
Does an 18 hit you, Dace?
Yep.
Right, so you are going to, as the jaws of this plant close around you, you are going to take another 9 points of piercing damage. As these things that look like, they don't look like teeth, but the closer you get, you realize that these thorny protrusions from this creature's mouth just kind of like digs into your shoulder as you're struggling against its tendrils. So Cam is restrained. Dace is restrained. Plant number 3 is going to whip out to the closest one to it, which is Apoc. I believe Basil is a little too far. Oh, no, Basil would be there as well. So towards Apoc. 18 to hit with another tendril.
I'm going to reaction. Spiny shield.
What does that do again?
Is this a melee attack?
It is a... Yeah, it is a melee weapon attack.
Okay, so it still hits, but I reduce the amount done by 4. So that's 4 less damage.
Okay. Okay, so 1 bludgeoning damage to you.
And 4 piercing damage to it.
And 4 piercing damage to it.
Yeah.
But you are considered grappled and restrained.
Okay.
And then to Basil. Oh, this dice is rolling really well. 22 to hit you, Basil.
Yeah.
Oh, God. That's going to be 8 bludgeoning, and you are also grappled and restrained.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And as for this guy, it's also going to yank the closest, which is you, Apoc. Yeah, so it's going to yank you the distance towards it. And it's going to take a chomp at you as well. Does your shield last the whole time?
Yeah, it stays on.
Okay. I don't think it hits you anyways.
I don't know what it roll.
13.
Yeah, no, that misses.
Okay. So as it yanks Apoc towards it and goes to chomp down, it doesn't seem to find purchase as Apoc's spiny shields are giving him some little bit of cover.
Did it roll with advantage?
Did not roll with advantage.
What is it?
Crit.
All right. I mean, I'm restrained, so you gotta take your
Forgot about
advantage.
that.
Yeah.
So that's a critical hit.
Oh, nice playing, you guys. Jeez, these rolls.
Okay, it's not as bad. So 8 piercing to you.
-7, and it takes 7.
Okay, so 1 piercing to you, and it takes 7.
Yeah. I kind of want to get hit, so for this round at
I like
least.
that. That's good.
Yeah.
As it goes to bite, your spines pierce through it instead, doing more damage than you take at this point in time. Plant number 2 is going to...
Before you go to plant 2,
Uh-huh.
I want to do something. So, as soon as plant 3's turn ends, let's just say, for like story's sake, like Basil's so furious that he's like tangled up, he just like kind of like yells out like ah, and you see like a white light appear underneath of plant 3 in the shape of some type of rune, and the plant needs to roll a wisdom saving throw, and we'll see what happens.
Plant number 3.
Yes.
Okay. Wisdom save. 13.
Okay.
Like a 12.
Okay, nothing happens.
Oh.
What's your DC? Did it?
It needs to be a 12.
Okay, so it beat a 12.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, all good. The light appears, but then it seems to have done nothing.
Well, it shook it up enough as something odd and strange that it has not seen or sensed before, and instead of engaging, what it is going to do, you see the roots of this thing almost like dig into the ground and burrow towards you, and around the cluster of 4 of you, there is going to be roots and vines that sprout out in a 15-foot radius centered right in the middle of the 4 of you.
Lovely.
And the plant is going to make it a difficult terrain for a little bit of time.
Man, this guy's got like 4 actions per turn.
That's the plant's turn.
Jesus. That was number 3?
That was plant number 2 did that.
That was 2? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boss plant.
Okay, we're just gonna do that. Oh no! Oh, it looks different on my screen. Oh shoot!
Can you do layers? Like put it underneath us? That was intense.
Is it like Fog of
There.
War?
All right, so around there's these vines that have sprouted out. Elle, normally vines don't cause you any issue in a forest setting, but this is, you can even start to feel it's a little bit tough to kind of move around here. But next in the order is Dace.
Okay. So I'm tightly wound up in a vine.
So you are currently restrained, which is, again, restrained. So your attack rolls have disadvantage. You cannot move.
Okay.
You can't move, so you're kind of locked in place. Your attack rolls have disadvantage.
Can I just use pure strength to just break out?
You can certainly try.
All right, let's do that. Fight
Go
that
ahead and
fight.
make a strength check.
Uh, 13.
It's really, really, really tight, and as you're just trying really hard, the pain in your shoulder from the strike, you just manage to break out of this tendril. As you kind of like shake it off and free yourself. That was your action. You have a bonus action, and you do get your movement back.
Okay. That was my action. Bonus action. I got nothing. Might as well just. Yeah, I got nothing.
I think you can rage as a bonus action, Dace.
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah. So I'll rage. Yeah, I'll rage, and then I guess I'll just wait my turn.
Yep, sounds good, as long as you don't want to move.
Nope.
All right. Next, Elle. You're in a bit of a sticky spot.
Yeah, Elle's looking around and seeing a whole lot of bad things happen to all her new friends, and she's not really okay with it. So if I try to take some movement, is my movement speed just slowed now over difficult terrain?
So difficult terrain, your movement speed is halved.
Halved, okay. Okay, in that case, I'm gonna kind of stay where I am in behind Mrs. Q and Basil. But I'm gonna cast Moonbeam at second level. So it's got 120-foot range, and I want to put it just between plant 1 and 3. It's got a 5-foot radius, So I want to put it somewhere where it will hit the plants but not hit Dace or Apoc.
Yeah, easy enough to do. Not a problem.
Okay. So any creature that enters the light or starts their turn there has to make a con saving throw. Or if not, they take some damage.
There's a moonbeam right here. So it's just a giant column of light. Does anything happen when it first appears?
It's gonna engulf whatever it hits in this kind of pale ghost kind of flames, like white flames kind of start moving up to like 40 feet in the air.
Perfect. The creature enters the area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there. Okay, so at the start of its turn.
Mm-hmm.
That might hurt.
I'm hoping it does.
All right, so this white light appears in this massive, like, torrenting column engulfing plant 1 and plant 3. Apoc and Dace, you kind of feel the heat of it just a little bit. Elle, anything else on your turn? Cam, you're on deck.
I'm not gonna move, and I don't think so. I've just got to concentrate on holding this to make sure it does some damage to them. That's my hope.
All right. So Camembert, you are up. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
All right, as Cam gets like grappled, I thought he'd be like arms akimbo, whacking inflatable flailing, and then he'll slowly steady himself and just start like almost like going Super Saiyan, start yelling like ah, and you see his eyes flash green and they hold that glow as I'm gonna cast False Life on myself.
Probably a good choice.
And that's my turn.
Okay. So Cam beefs himself up just a little bit. Mrs. Q, Basil, you are bringing up the end, my friend.
Right. What's the ground like? Are we on like rock? Are we on dirt?
Vines.
No, the ground.
But there's vines. Yeah.
So the mountain itself is rock, like you were on a rocky, dirty path.
Okay.
But right now, underneath you, you are kind of right in the middle of this living root and thorns that seems to have kind of wrapped itself around your ankle and is really making this a very difficult terrain to cross. So you're technically still on rock and dirt, but it is hard to move. It's very bumpy.
Okay. Mrs. Q curls up into a ball.
All right.
Classic. I love it.
Because if they try and attack me, then they get more damage. This is a strategic curling of Mrs. Q.
Okay.
Curly Q.
It's a curly Q. So is that an action, Mrs. Q, or is that your reaction?
That is an action.
Okay.
So I expose my attackers to a wall of quills. I can't move or attack or cast spells with a somatic component, but my armor class becomes 19.
Okay.
Damn.
Very nice. Okay. All right. So Mrs. Q curling into a ball to kind of protect herself a little bit more. Basil, you are up, and Apoc, you are on deck.
Okay. So I'm currently grappled.
You're currently grappled. You're currently in difficult terrain.
I imagine it as like Sir Basil just seeing Mrs. Q just curl up in a ball and feeling like, what are you doing? Is just gonna like yell out in frustration, and he's gonna Hulk out so he grows big in an attempt to try and like use that growing in size to like break out of the grapple vines that are around him.
Okay. So you Hulk out. It is still going to have to be a strength check, but I think you get something else.
I get advantage.
All right. So strength check for me, please, Basil.
So it's just roll plus that, right?
Yeah. Yes, don't question Mrs. Q. She does. Oh, that sucks.
Worst.
There is only one combination of numbers which is worse.
Oh.
That's really bad.
Was that interference? I hit your book.
No. That was what it was. I'm sorry.
Accept the fate.
Is it a 2 and a 3?
A 1 and a 2.
Oh, buddy.
Jeez Louise.
Wah, wah.
Okay. So that just happened.
So now you're big, but still restrained.
I'm going to use an action surge to roll again.
And try and break out one more time. Go for it.
Yes. An 11.
Wait, why'd you roll 2? Because you have advantage or disadvantage?
I have advantage.
Oh, okay.
As you try to bust out, seeing Mrs. Q curl up into a ball got you a little bit rattled, maybe a little more afraid than you should, as you don't quite break the restraint from this plant.
Like, all I have is a frying pan.
No, I'm thinking about my rolls. Like, what?
I know.
What was that? Oh my gosh, that was terrible.
All right. I think that concludes your turn, Basil.
Yeah.
All right. Apoc, you are up.
I'm going to take a shot at number 3 again with disadvantage and just try and blast it right in its face as it's got me wrapped up. I don't know how, but I somehow got my bow still in my hands. Grab another arrow and it's in that one again.
What the? Oh my gosh.
It was a great campaign, folks.
Yeah.
Somehow I shoot myself.
I can only do so much to prevent you from dying. You gotta work with me here.
And I just look up at the beast and like, come at me, bro.
That's exactly what you do. All right, Apoc. Anything else on your turn?
No, that's it.
Cool.
All right.
Guys, let's kill it.
No bonus action or anything?
No, I'm saving it. Kill it with white light.
All right. So, yeah, speaking of, it is the plant's turn now. So they plant 1. Okay, we're going to do this plant at a time, Steph, just so I don't forget here.
Yep.
So plant 1. We'll start with plant 1. It needs to make a save for your moonbeam. What is the save?
Yeah, it's DC 12.
Okay, and what's the
It's a constitution.
It fails very badly. So go ahead and roll your damage for this round.
Okay, it got math. 15 radiant. 15 radiant damage?
15 radiant. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
So getting struck by this moonbeam. It's not very smart, but it does know enough that it doesn't want to get hurt by this thing, because it could still feel pain. However, it doesn't really know which way to move because it can't see. So it's gonna move. It's going to move back this way. So Dace, you're able to take an opportunity attack as plant 1 moves away.
Sounds good. Is that opportunity attack? Okay. Does 20 hit?
Yes, a 20 hits.
Okay. Gain advantage range check. +2 melee damage on your strength weapons. Okay. So that is a 9 + 2 is 11.
11, all right. As it takes another heavy hit from Dace moving away, but it is no longer being hurt by the moonbeam. It managed to move in the right direction. It is going to, still having Camembert in his tendril, is going to retract that tendril because you are still within. Yeah, you are still within the 20 feet. So it's going to yank you towards it and going to take a bite out of you, Cam.
Whoa! Ah!
At advantage because you are restrained by it.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a 22 to hit.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
That's 11 piercing damage as it bites down on you once more, sinking its thorny teeth into you.
And you see my glowing green eyes start to fade and go back to their normal selves.
I thought you were going to say you're
Try to scratch.
All right, Dace. Sure.
Yeah, I'm very happy I did the false life.
No kidding. I'm happy you did too. And what can we do here? So, got you.
Oh, this is supposed to be the green eyes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're lime green. They're closer to I think a lime-ish green, but they're probably a little darker.
It's gonna take its other tendril attack. It's gonna take towards you, Dace, as it now has one free that you broke out of. You see the one that you kind of busted out of. It's like ripped in places, kind of dangling, but you almost see like a hydra, another tendril that seems to just come up from the root area, striking out towards you once more. Does not hit, I don't think, with a 13.
No.
As it misses you. And that's going to conclude its turn, but plant number 3 that also starts in the moonbeam fails again. A 1 and a 2 for these guys on a failure. So that was 15 radiant damage for this round.
Andrea, I forgot to add my spell attack damage. Can we do that retroactively? It's +4, so it would be 19.
19? Okay.
Nice.
And you do add your spell attack?
Yeah, I was like, yeah.
So 19 radiant.
I always forget to, though.
19 radiant. Perfect. It knows that it's right on the edge, and it also knows that it hurts. Let's see. It can't move away because it's right on the edge. It kind of like goes to scurry, realizes it can't move, and it's just sort of stuck there for the interim. But you're right in front of it, Apoc, so it's going to take another bite at you at advantage.
Do it. Give me your worst.
Oh, I don't think that hits. Does a 13 hit?
No, it does not.
All right, as it goes to bite at you, it unfortunately misses. However, it can sense that Dace is moving around freely, and you being the next closest, / the only other one within its range, Dace, it's going to try and grab you with its other tendril. Oh no, it has Basil. It can't do that.
Didn't Basil break out, or no?
No, Basil did not break out.
Tried, but
Tried and failed.
Yeah.
It's very bad. So both of its tendrils, it used its bite. It couldn't move, so it is going to be stuck there.
The trick is to embrace it in its grasp.
Okay.
Eat it at its own being, guys.
Plant number 2. So you see some of the thorns and roots that are currently kind of making the terrain very difficult for 3 of your party. As plant number 2 kind of moves a little bit closer, is going to, since it was able to get its entangle recharged, is going to kind of burrow once more out towards you, Dace and Apoc and Cam. And once more you see the ground kind of erupt with thorns and vines as this area here. Oh shoot, I wanted that in a different color. Should actually be green. That's okay. As this area here is now entangled, making the terrain a little bit difficult to move around in. All right. Dace, you are up next, and Elle, you're on deck.
Okay. So it seems like I'm closer to plant number 3. Correct? Plant number 1 moved away.
Plant number 1 did move away. They're about similar distance from you.
Okay.
Both about 5 feet from you, but you are currently in difficult terrain.
Could I make my way to plant number 3?
You can try.
Okay. Yeah. If I can manage to reach plant number 3, I'll use my attack. I'll try to swing my great axe at plant number 3.
So as you go to move, Dace, it is difficult terrain, but it's also living underneath you. So as you go to move, you can feel the roots starting to grab at your ankles and try and hold you back. And I'm going to need a strength check to see if you can break free from them.
Okay. 20.
Easy enough. You're able to break out of it, not letting the cord grab onto you. And you're able to make it to number 3. And you can make it out if you want as well with a roll like that.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Oh, but then you would be in the moonbeam, which you probably don't want.
Moonbeam. Moonbeam.
No, don't do it.
All right. Yeah. I'll just stay in
All right.
area.
So yeah, you can make it to here if you want, Dace, and I'll give it that you're not in the.
Okay, but I'll still be in the vines.
You're still going to be in the vines, which are not going to hurt as much as the moonbeam from Elle, and you're within melee range of the plant number 3.
Perfect. Yeah, so I'll just swing my great axe.
Go for it.
Does 16 hit?
As you go to swing your axe, a 16 does indeed hit.
Ooh. And then a 10.
All right. Now, Dace, are you aiming for the plant itself, or are you aiming for the tendrils holding one of your friends?
Oh. I guess my first thought was going to aim for his head.
All right, so you aim for its head. Do 10 damage.
Okay.
All right, a big heavy cleave. This plant is still looking pretty okay. As it kind of wobbles, you can see this green ooze sort of oozing, for lack of a better word, from the slash on its head. Any bonus action, Dace? That's all you got left.
Nope. I can't do anything.
All right. Elle, you're up. Cam on deck.
Okay. So for my moonbeam, it's got a 5-foot radius. Is it possible to move it into a location that it'll still hit plant 1 and 3, or have they moved further apart?
So plant 1 and 3 are technically still 5 feet apart. And I would say if you move your moonbeam right here, we'll get them both. But that's at the cusp for both of them.
Okay. Okay, then yeah, I'm going to take my action to move the moonbeam so it hits both of them again. And then I want to try something out, but you tell me if it'll work. Can I use bonus action wing flap to propel myself up in the air and then glide just up into the point where I'm kind of in between the difficult terrains? I know I'll be closer to plant 3, but I'm trying to get a little closer so I might be able to be a little helpful.
So you're trying to land right in here?
Yeah.
Okay. Kind of the same that Dace experienced as he tried to move. As you go to do your giant wing flap up, the living vines are going to grasp at you. I need a strength check from you.
Okay.
You can do it.
Oh.
It's not hard, just roll better than Basil.
Yes, much better.
Yeah, but I'm not that strong. 16?
And you're able to, with your very powerful wing flap, get up in the air and glide unaffected right in front of plant 2.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's my turn.
Perfect. That's pretty good. Cam, you are
All right.
Just as she lands, she's just gonna shout at the plants, "You guys are bullies!" And that's it.
All right. I'm at odds with what Cam would do and what Eric wants to do. I
what a dangerous place to be.
I think I'm gonna go with what Cam would do, and since he's bound, not really sure. Like Cam likely wouldn't feel like he could break out of this, so he's gonna try his best next thing, and he starts to flash and glow green, and the area within 20 feet of him gets affected. So I can't see on my, because I'm doing this on my phone, who's all within 20 feet, but I'm going to just do it as I cast Sleep centered on myself. So anything within 20 feet. Trying to knock out one of these plants.
A 20-foot radius?
Like everyone, bro.
Is it a 20-foot radius or 20-foot diameter?
20-foot radius.
But it's lowest hit points to highest, right?
Yeah, so I'm hoping they're more hurt.
Okay, so that's going to encompass
23.
Mrs. Q is the only one that is not in that 20-foot sphere.
Okay.
Okay, so wait, how does sleep work here? So
How did I just move?
23 hit points, and you start with the creature with the least amount of health. So whoever has the least amount of health, if it's less than 23, they get knocked out. Then you go to the next lowest hit points, and if there's anything remaining from that 23, then they got knocked out, and you kind of work your way up.
Okay.
Does it affect you, Eric?
Yep.
Hey, what are y'all at?
I'm at.
Cam, what are you at?
I'm at 11.
Apoc, what are you at?
I'm good.
Dace, how many hit points do you have?
I'm at 21.
Elle?
I'm at 31.
And Basil?
28.
Yeah, I figured you guys were fine.
Okay, so the creature with the least amount of hit points, as you see Camembert affected by his own spell, as these plants have taken some damage, but they're very aggressive.
So
and
is there 12 hit points left on them?
No.
Is there less than 12?
No.
Okay, then yeah, that's it.
Put yourself asleep.
Okay, so Camembert is restrained and falls asleep in front of plant number 1. And those remaining 12 hit points do nothing. Yeah, because 21, 31, 28, and the plants are all very much okay.
Okay, guys, they've got more than 12 hit points. I figured number 1 was getting close, but oh well.
I thought 3 was the closest.
Yeah, I thought 3 we were gonna get first.
Yeah. One's sitting in the beam though, which is good.
2 of them are still.
So you can see that they all seem to be around the same. They've taken some gashes. There's some like white ooze, some blue ooze, the way a cactus looks on the inside when it gets old and squishy and rotted. It's looking very, very gross and very oozy. But these are large creatures. There's a lot of surface area, and a few scratches aren't doing much to them. And yeah, Ken is now asleep in the tendril of a plant. Okay, this is cute. You are up with Basil on deck. Sorry, Cam.
No, it's good. I that's what I think Cam would try to do because he couldn't fight his way out. So.
Okay. 1 second. Okay, not that one. Okay. Mrs. Q unrolls herself, curls herself, and gets up and actually she wasn't prone, so it didn't require standing up, but she sort of
unrolls.
Yeah, you should be okay.
She casts is there any benefit of doing this at the second level? No.
You just target more than one creature.
So she casts Bane on the 3 creatures that I can see within range. My range is 30 feet, so
all of them.
All of the mean ones.
Yep, yeah, you can get them all.
And they must succeed on a charisma saving throw of 12.
Charisma is not great. All right, plant 1 fails. Plant 1 is baned. Plant 2 passed on the dice roll, but not with its minus, also fails. And plant 3 fails. They're all baned.
Okay,
very nice.
So any attack roll or saving throw, they have to minus a d4.
That sucks, but yes.
And then mark that. Mrs. Q also casts Healing Word on Cam.
So those are 2 leveled spells.
No, I know, but it's listed as a bonus action.
So with spellcasters, you have action, bonus action, reaction spells, but you can only cast 1 leveled spell and 1 cantrip per round.
Okay.
So you kind of have to manage both action and bonus action, as well as level 1, 2, 3, 4, and your cantrips, which you know off by heart. So you can only do, you only have enough energy for a leveled spell and a cantrip per turn.
All right.
Cantrips.
Well, I can't cast them as bonus action.
Okay.
So, in which
That's
case,
where it gets a little tricky with casters.
Yeah. Well, that's it then.
Well, that was a good move.
Well, that can make a difference. Bane is punishing. All right. Basil, you are up with Apoc on deck, as long as you're not moving or anything. This is cute.
Okay. Pretty much all I can do is try and break out again. So I will do a strength check. I assume it's still a strength check, right?
Still a strength check if you're trying to get out.
Okay. So that is a 16.
With one final, you're able to snap this tendril in half, the one that was grabbing you, and you are no longer restrained. That was your action. You have a bonus action and your movement left.
I am going to. What do I want to do? I envision it. Let's say I finally break out, and because I'm so frustrated, I like pick up a piece of broken vine and I, not because I want to attack it, but just for like the storytelling perspective, I throw it at plant 3.
Okay.
To try and like distract it or just to piss it off. And that will be kind of me using my help action to give, I'll say, Apoc advantage on his rolls. And then I'm going to try and...
Which one did you do it to?
You?
No. Okay, I thought you threw something at one of the beasts.
Oh, at 3.
Could you throw it at 2?
Can I?
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. It's just flavor text. So yeah, throw it at whoever you want. That's fine.
I throw it at 2 to distract it, but I still give Apoc the advantage. Yep.
I'm not shooting 3, so for it to be flavor.
Okay, cool. And then I'm going to try and, with my movement, get out of the rough terrain to kind of right beside where Elle is.
Yes. As you go to move through, again, this is not only rough terrain, but it's also living. So it's grasping at you as you go to move. It's grabbing onto your cloak. You're bigger now, but it's still trying to hold you down. I need another strength check.
So that's a 13.
And you just managed to get yourself out of this difficult terrain.
Okay.
So you're kind of like right in the middle of two of these paths, if you will, at this point in time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that is your turn, Basil.
Yep.
Apoc, you are up.
Could somebody please help Cam? I don't want him to die again. He just dropped.
You all saw Cam fall asleep.
Can you tell he's sleeping?
Like if he's grappled, is he sleeping like standing up? Or...
Yeah, he just kind of like went limp. Also, you didn't see the plant attack him and he can go limp, but like I don't think he's used this spell before, so I'll leave it up to you guys.
Gotcha.
He's all tuckered out.
He's tuckered out.
Oh, Eric, we couldn't hear you, whatever you did say.
It's the first time Cam's used the spell, so I don't know if he knows how to use it properly yet.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't know if any of you would know what it is.
I also think the player playing Cam also doesn't know all the effects of sleep and is regretting this decision now.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, Apoc's just he's gonna take a shot at 2, kind of like how he motioned to Sir Basil. So it's just a straight roll.
You're gonna take a shot at 2? Yeah, it would just be a straight roll.
Nat 20.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Finally.
2 1s and a 20. I switched dice. So with my piercer trait, I roll an extra d4.
Is that this character or is that your other
That's
character?
this character.
Okay.
Piercer. Critical hit, you roll an additional damage die. So instead of 1d8, it's 3d8 plus 3.
Okay.
3 times 2, so it's 6 for the crit plus 8. So 14 plus 3. So that's 17 roll of piercing damage.
Okay.
And I'm going to use my swarm to try and move at 15 feet.
Ooh.
So it needs to roll a strength save.
Okay. All right. So
That's what's up.
that was a heavy hit to this plant as this arrow sinks like right into the bulb of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to move it, and it needs a what? A strength?
Strength save.
Strength save.
Roll low.
Ooh, not with that.
What is it?
4.
So it moves 15 feet heading into the moonbeam.
Actually, it was a 0 with Bane.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Can 15 feet get it into the moonbeam?
You can like pull it towards.
So the swarm, as the arrow hits it, you just see this blanket of fleas, coat it from head to toe, and just like Looney Tunes style, just horizontal slide 15 feet into the
I love
moonbeam.
it.
Yeah. And you can move it. That's 15 feet right in the center. I'm assuming that's where you're going.
Yeah.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's a big turn.
Yeah, and that's going to be everything. So I'm not using my bonus action or movement.
All right, so you're staying there.
Yeah.
Alrighty. It's now the plant's turn. So, Steph, I'll get you to roll moonbeam damage for this round, and we're just going to go one at a time here. So, plant number 1 fails. Bad. So, moonbeam, Steph?
It's 14.
14? Okay.
14 damage. Yep.
So slowly getting just beat on by this moonbeam. Again, it's going to try and get out. And we'll see. Not too smart. So it is able to move itself this way. It can only go about 10 feet. So staying around Cam. It's got Cam. It has 1 tendril free. If it's 1 free tendril, it's going to go ahead and strike out towards the closest one. It's going to be you, Elle.
No.
Oh, but I don't think that hits. Does an 11 hit you? Oh, wait, even less than that. Hold on.
Yeah, minus your 4.
Does a 8 hit you?
Nope.
As it misses, but having Cam still in its grasp, unconscious, it is going to go ahead and take another bite.
So I read through everything. It has advantage on the attack, and a 16 or higher is a crit.
But it's
16 or higher is a crit.
But it's got Bane.
But it's got Bane.
That's got Bane.
Okay, so it's advantage, but with Bane. Pretty good. Okay, so advantage. It's a 16 exactly with Bane.
So that'll hit, and it's a crit.
Oh, shoot.
Okay. Well,
We're good. We're good.
I'm gonna follow through. I'm gonna follow through on what I was going to do, anyways. So after it bites you once, the second time it bites you, as long as you're medium or small, it has the option to swallow you.
What?
And that's what it was gonna do. So I'm gonna follow through on that. So if the attack hits, the target is swallowed and the grapple ends.
So
You are blinded, restrained.
So the hit.
Oh, here we go. And takes 10 acid damage at
So
the
the-
start of each of its turn.
The bite wakes me up.
Okay. Oh, because then you take damage, you're awake from sleep? Okay. So yes, you get bit, the bite wakes you up, and you wake up as you're being swallowed down the gullet of this plant.
Oh my god.
So you see Cam, you see this plant shove Cam into its mouth.
Which direction do I go in?
Oh.
I'm gonna go with face first.
Okay. You just see my
And it
my
almost
feet.
just like clamps down on top of it.
Okay,
pretty
feet
much.
feet are kicking wildly.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Damn.
Okay, so the attack hits, the target is swallowed, so you are blinded, restrained. You have total cover against attacks and other effects outside the plant.
Lovely.
Pretty good.
Okay, and it takes damage at the start of the plant's turn. All right, so Cam, you are currently inside the plant.
You know what? That might have been the best thing I could have done to you.
Did I? Yeah, because I didn't take any damage, right?
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
there's no damage on a swallow right now.
Yeah, no damage yet.
But you guys all see Cam vanish.
Yeah.
Okay. And it used its movement because it can't move very far, so that was plant number 1. Okay, plant number 2. Plant number 2. Plant number 2 is going to succeed on its moonbeam save, even with Bane. That was a critical success. Is it half damage though, Steph?
Yeah, it's half damage.
Was that 14 including your spell modifier?
Yes, it was.
All right.
Good job. Okay, so plant number 2 currently doesn't have. This is also the guy. Oops. It does not get its terrain feature back. Although I think the terrain is pretty tough for you guys right now. It's going to. Also going to try and move. So plant number 2 is going to move this way out of the moonbeam. It's 5 feet. And it's going to go ahead and strike towards you, Dace, being the closest one with its tendril.
Okay.
With Bane. Okay, it does a 13 hit you?
Nope.
All right, so one tendril misses. The other tendril, it's going to go ahead and strike towards you, Basil. However, oh no, it doesn't matter if you're large or not for this. It only matters if you get swallowed. So it's its other tendril, Basil. It's going to strike out towards you. I don't think that's going to hit. Does a, excuse me, does a 16 hit you?
Yep.
Once more, you find this tendril wrapped around you in your hulking form. You do take 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And it's going to do the same thing. It's going to pull you towards it, right back into the difficult terrain, and is going to take a chomp. Disadvantage. Oh no, at advantage with Bane. There's a lot of dice going on here.
Yep. You're doing good.
And a 17 is going to hit you, right, Basil?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, oh god. That's going to be 13 piercing damage, as once more the jaw of this thing is going to strike at you. It's just going to kind of hold you there, teeth sinking into your shoulders. However, it can't swallow you, so that's good.
Okay.
At number 3, again for the moonbeam. Fails on the moonbeam.
That moonbeam is MVP.
It is killer.
Yeah, man.
Yes.
It's amazing to see a moonbeam used properly.
Plant attempting to get out of the moonbeam is going to move its full. Okay, it's going to move. Okay, it can get to here with its movement. Can't get very far, but it does leave your range, Dace, as it kind of sidesteps around, or like skitters around Apoc. So if you want to take an attack, go for it. An opportunity attack. Dace?
Dennis?
Okay, we'll get back to
No,
that.
sorry, I'm here. Sorry.
If you want, you can take an opportunity attack at number 3.
Perfect. Does 20 hit?
Yes, it's 20 hits.
And I will hit for 9. Oh, yeah, 9.
All right. So as it leaves your range, once more it's going to go ahead and try and take a chomp at you, Apoc.
Yeah.
Advantage. Bane.
Tootsie.
Does a 12 hit you?
No.
Okay. And it's going to make its other tendril attack towards... it's going to make its other tendril attack towards you, Mrs. Q. As I can kind of sense that there's something currently like trapped in some difficult terrain that it's going to attempt to consume. And that is going to work even without the Bane. That's going to be a 22, my apologies.
Mm-hmm.
So that's going to be 6 bludgeoning damage as it just kind of strikes its tendril out towards you, and you feel yourself restrained by this thing now, as plant number 3 currently has 2 of you kind of locked in its grasp. That's their turn. That was a lot.
Holy moly.
Dace. Dace, you are up. Elle, you're on deck.
Okay. I will try to move to attack plant number 2.
Okay, so that blue space, if you do enter it, correct me if I'm wrong, Elle, but if you do enter it, you are going to be taking damage from the spell, as this like column of white light is just in that space at this time. You can attempt to go around Basil, but you are going through difficult terrain, which means that your speed is halved. And you also might get stuck as these roots are still kind of grabbing at your ankles.
Yeah, I'll take the latter option.
All right, so you're going to attempt to move through?
Yeah.
Okay. So I need you to go ahead and make a strength check once more as you attempt to kind of fight off the tendrils grasping around your ankles. Oh yeah, but you have the ability.
16.
Without a problem, Dace, you are able to make it right to there for plant number 2 to avoid Elle's moonbeam and still get within melee of plant number 2. You can go ahead and take your attacks.
And how long does my rage last for?
As long as you attack or get attacked in a round, your rage is good. And as long as you don't fall unconscious. I don't think I missed anything. I might have.
Oh, good. Does a 13 hit?
As you go to swing, you do. How about this? Are you aiming for the plant or a tendril?
The main body.
As you go to swing your axe, you are able to kind of like cut off one of the roots of this plant, but you aren't able to impact the body of this plant itself as you just miss.
Okay. Okay.
All right. That's your turn, Dace.
That's everything.
All right. Elle, Cam, you're on deck for whatever you're going to do. But Elle, you are up right now.
Oh, all right. Well, both Elle and Steph are super stressed right now. There's so much going on that she has never seen before. She just saw Cam got eaten by a plant. All her friends are still getting all fucked up. So plant 2 still in the moonbeam? Is there any plant in the moonbeam right now?
They were all able to move out of the moonbeam by luck of a D4.
Okay.
But currently no plants are in the moonbeam.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm just wondering. I'm wondering if I should try moving it, or should I try doing something to try to get at Cam? That's what I'm trying to decide right now.
You cannot see Camembert at all.
Yeah, but I have seen him go into the plant, right?
You did see him go in the plant. But
So how far away is Elle? How far is Elle from plant 1?
Elle from plant 1 is, oops, where's my measure sheet?
15-ish feet.
About 15 feet. 10, 15 feet. 10 feet I'll give you.
Okay. And if I was to use my full movement, I could reach him because I'm not in any difficult terrain, right?
You are not in any difficult terrain. No, you are out. Your little square is just very big compared to everybody else's left.
Okay. So seeing that Cam has disappeared, Elle is going to just kind of scream, and she's going to wild shape, and she's going to turn into a massive ape.
Whoa.
So same kind of color as her. She still like has her halters that hold her book and her sword. So she's going to wild shape, and she's going to use her full movement to get over to the plant that has eaten Cam. With permission, I'm going to ask the DM if while I'm moving, she can pull out her dagger, and she's going to do a multi-attack at the ape. So the ape has fist attacks, but I'd like to argue that because an ape is human-like, it can hold a weapon. If not, I'm just going to try punching the plant and trying to just, like, rip it open.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. I mean, you can accomplish that with your fists. I'm going to say, like, the limitations of wild shape are that you can't really do anything else with it. You have to kind of work with what you got and the animal you choose.
All right.
So I'm going to say you will not be able to use your dagger, although I appreciate the effort.
Okay. Anyways, yeah, I'm going to punch some plants.
Okay.
So.
And you are using the stats for ape, not giant ape.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, good.
Yeah, for 8. Yeah.
Perfect. Yes, go ahead and try and punch these plants. As they're looking like they're looking very oozy, very gooey.
So if I do a multi-attack, I roll twice for an attack?
Yeah, 2 fist attacks. So make a separate attack roll per attack.
Okay, and I add +5 to hit, right?
Yep.
As long as we're looking at the same thing and I'm reading this.
Yeah.
We're okay. So I hate math. 17 and an 18 to hit.
Both definitely hit.
Okay. So it's a D6, or is it just? I think I just hit for 6.
So you can either like roll 1d6 plus 3.
Okay. I got a 4 and a 2, so I got a 7 and a.
So 6
4.
and 7.
Yeah.
Okay. And that's plant against plant number 1.
Yeah.
So
Like my intention more so is to try to get at Cam.
Right. So you can definitely, when a creature is swallowed, you can try and do enough damage to like either kill the creature and get Cam out, or do enough damage that the creature might regurgitate Camembert. I think that's up to my discretion, which is what I'm attempting to currently figure out on the fly right now.
Yeah.
After I do some quick math. Yeah. So the way I was going to play it is if you had surpassed more than half of what the creature had left in hit points, it would have been enough damage, but you didn't quite make that threshold. So although you like wailed at this thing, you definitely see that it's looking very badly. It was not quite enough damage to regurgitate Camembert. Unless I'm missing a rule about regurgitation, Eric.
No, play it the way you want. I think there's like a Constitution saving throw, which is equal to the damage or something. I don't remember it, and I have to look it up.
Okay.
At least that's how I did it, but you do it the way you want.
I will move really quickly.
And I just want to double check one more thing.
That makes far more sense.
Purple worm.
Ooh, different colors in the rings for.
Okay, it's like a concentration check is what it is. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. So you did 13 damage.
They're separate attacks, right?
Yeah. So it was 6 and 7. So it passes its first one. And it passes its second one.
It's baned, right?
I guess.
I don't
think this would count. I would.
Okay, yeah.
just move along.
Yeah, so it is able to pass both of those. So it does keep Cam down at the gullet, but you did quite a bit of damage. It's now looking the worst of the 3 at this point in time.
And I just want to confirm, DM. So when I wild shape, it doesn't. I can't cast spells in this form, but it doesn't break my concentration on the spell. So as long as it's still been under a minute, that moonbeam is still there. Correct?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, I'm keeping track of the rounds, so you're good with that for sure.
Okay. All right. Get those things back in the moonbeam. Still there.
All right. So big turn from Elle. Cam, you are up.
Okay. So realizing that the sleep spell, when I fell asleep, I dropped all my weapons, and then got immediately eaten. So I don't have my weapons with me. So the only thing that I feel like I can do, as in like wiggling around in the stomach, is cast prestidigitation on myself and make my tunic taste like something really basey or really like salty to try and make it think it swallowed something unpleasant or not digestible.
Okay.
Based on thinking that it's very acidic in this thing's body, I'm trying to go with the opposite direction.
Give it an acid.
So I'm basically casting prestidigitation on myself and becoming a meerkat Tums.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Cam, you basic bitch.
I like it. It's not very smart. And it's definitely driven more by instinct. I like this a lot. Go ahead and make a... I'm going to say go ahead and make either a performance or a medicine check. As weird as that sounds.
The medicine antacid is a 6.
Is a 6?
Yeah.
Okay.
Worth a shot.
That was good.
So, yeah, I'm going to say, because it's intelligence, it's a 7. I'm going to say you aren't quite able to trick this thing, although I like it quite a bit. It's like, you can almost feel its stomach just kind of like dry heave for a second as everything kind of constricts and it just sort of relaxed a little bit.
And I want to say everybody hears the like inside of the stomach making a noise where it goes dum dum dum.
Amazing.
Good.
That's my turn.
Love it. Yeah, that's amazing. I love the idea. Beat by 1, unfortunately, but I love the idea a lot.
It's all good. Heart of the dice.
All right, Mrs. Q, Basil, you're on deck.
So the terrain that I'm stuck in, like, what is the process of getting out of it? Is it going to take my action in order to get out?
So you are currently in bad terrain that's grabbing at your ankles and your cloak, as well as restrained by the tendril from this creature. So we'll take your action and strength check to try and get out of... because you're restrained by the creature, your speed is technically 0, so you'd have to get yourself out of the creature's grasp first, and then attempt to get yourself out of the terrain.
Okay.
That's true.
The being restrained, does that affect my ability to cast spells?
That would be
Any attacks are at disadvantage, but you can still cast like a healing spell or something like that.
Yes. Okay. Good. That's what I'm going for. So I'm just going to leave myself where I'm at for now.
Okay.
And I'm going to cast Aid at 2nd level towards Basil, Dace, and can I still see Cam's legs sticking out? Is he visible in any way?
He is swallowed. You cannot see him. However, Aid does not say anything about needing to see a creature, only that 3 creatures within range.
Excellent. Good. Okay.
Nice.
In which case, we include Cam in that, and those 3 get 5 temporary hit points.
Pretty good.
awesome.
Yeah, perfect. So whoever Mrs. Q said, 5 temporary hit points to you.
Sweet.
All right, Basil, you are up. Apoc, you're on deck.
Okay. All I can do is try and get out of the grapple again.
Buddy, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
All right, a strength check for me, please.
That's a 12, which doesn't pass, right? In my frustration of wiggling, I'm just gonna be like yelling at the top of my lungs to try and like intimidate yet distract number 2 and cast help again, giving advantage to Apoc.
All right.
Nice.
I'm sorry, Basil. Apoc, you're up.
That's great. I love it.
These rolls, it is what it is.
Let go of my friend. Check out my board log. It's a 17.
Yes, you do hit number 2 you're aiming for.
Yeah, and this one I'm gonna augment with the swarm to deal extra piercing damage.
All right.
So it's gonna be sorry. D6. Ooh, 12 points of piercing damage.
Another heavy hit. Another heavy hit on this plant as the arrow kind of like goes right through and severs an artery, the phloem, the xylem, something like that, near the head of this plant, and it's just starting to like ooze. It's just starting to ooze, period. You can feel it kind of shudder, Basil, as it holds on to you. But it does not quite let go.
Okay.
And it doesn't regurgitate Cam.
So number 1 is what has Cam. Number 2 is holding Basil.
No, I was shooting at the one that Cam was in.
Okay.
As in like let go of my friend.
I see. Okay. So you did how much damage?
6 plus
12.
6. Yeah, it was 12.
So the same graphic detail as before, except for the fact that this one looks very bad, hanging on by one of its tendrils, but it is still up, still kind of moving, still not in great shape.
Do we kill 3?
Do I feel the arrow come through? Like,
Yeah, where did 3 go?
Where did 3 go?
Someone by accident moved it off.
classic Dace.
That was not me.
Good.
That was not me.
It is.
Mm-hmm.
All right, that's your turn, Apoc.
Can I bonus action just take a potion?
Yeah, you can take it.
Yeah. I'm gonna drink the rainbow colored one. Let's see what it does.
Double check her strength.
getting desperate at this point.
Our restrained creature's speed becomes 0. It cannot benefit from any bonus to its speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage. The creature's attack rolls have disadvantage, and the creature is disadvantaged on dex saves. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can take it, I would say.
Let's do it. What does the mystery potion do?
Oh boy, rainbow colored potion? I gotta back way up here.
Well, chaos.
We're backing up all the way. All right, the rainbow colored potion.
I picture myself just drinking it and looking at 3, like, dead in the face.
I need you to roll 2d8.
Nice. Nova bomb.
5 and a 4.
Okay, so you take this potion as you're like growling, and you feel in the hand that now holds the empty potion bottles, it almost like morphs and splits into 2 potion bottles.
Ooh.
And you look down at your hand and you have a potion that is shifting in color from blue to red. I think you still have one of these in your bandolier that you have not yet taken. So it looks like you have a second one.
Ooh.
And you have one that you recognize from before, a crystal clear potion that looks like it has iron flecks kind of floating around in it.
I don't think I had that one.
This was you did take it, you took it in Tabitha's shop. This is the one called the Iron Muscles Potion that gives you a +2 to AC.
Gotcha. I don't know.
You took that in Tabitha's shop at the very, very beginning. So you would recognize it is what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
You take 1 potion and 2 appears.
Interesting. That was weird.
Infinite
Right?
potion glitch.
Yeah. Guys, infinite potions.
However, that rainbow colored one is now consumed and gone.
Okay. Perfect.
All right. So the plants are up. Starting in order from number 1. Actually, this is gonna be fun. Okay. So with number 1, Camembert, you are in its gullet. You are, as you feel with your prestidigitation, kind of making yourself have this like layer of basic hums action kind of go over you. It doesn't quite work the way you expected, but because of that,
Yeah, I neutralized the acid rather than.
Pardon?
I neutralized the acid rather than react with it.
It does a little bit. It doesn't quite do what you expected. It doesn't prevent you from taking damage, but that was some pretty cool thoughts, and I want to reward that because it was really neat. But you do still take, not bad at all. You do still take 5 points of acid damage.
Nice.
As you are slowly being digested, but thanks to your prestidigitation kind of giving you almost a brief barrier to just prevent a little bit of that damage.
Cool.
That's on the inside. On the outside, it's going to go ahead and make 2 tendril attacks. One against the ape of Elle, and another against Dace, both of whom are like right there. Bane. Doesn't hit you, Elle. 22 to hit you, Dace. Lies. I think, anyways. Just don't attention.
That hits. It hits.
Once more, you feel this bludgeoning kind of hit you for 8 points of bludgeoning damage, which I believe you have. As your
I am resistant to bludgeoning damage.
All right, so 4 bludgeoning instead because you are raging. But you are once more grappled and restrained in this tendril.
Okay.
Plant number 2 with Basil right in front is going to go ahead and try and bite at you. And you are still restrained, so it's at advantage and gained. That's not going to hit you at all, not with a 3 and a 9.
Woo.
Currently holding you, 3 is holding you, 3 is holding you. It's also going to go ahead and strike out towards you, Elle, as the ape. With its other tendril, and it's going to miss again. Goodness gracious.
About time, man.
And number 3, with you in its grasp, Apoc, it's going to try and bite you again. Hungry.
You're never gonna take me.
I don't think a 10 hits you, does it?
No.
The dice were hot, but not anymore.
The plants don't want to hit a kid. Even if I am an ape.
That's fair. You're a little ape. They all whiffed. That sucks. The one holding you, Mrs. Q. One holding you, Mrs. Q, is kind of having success, just sort of holding you there. So it's going to keep you there. As it seems like you are... You're not an issue at this point in time. It's just saving you for later. Dace, you are up. Elle, you're on deck.
Dace is up.
Yes! Stop moving! Elle, we'll go to you first. We'll hop back to Dace. Oh, Dennis is back. Dace, you're up.
Okay. That's plant 2. Yeah, I guess I'll try to break free from the tentacles.
All right, go ahead and give me a strength check.
So let's see. My goodness. Oh, 22.
Once more, you rip out of this thing and kind of like...
Just rolls a 22 like it's nothing. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
The trick is to not fight it. You just gotta take the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Heart of the dice.
Yeah.
Just like breaks this tentacle straight off of this plant. That is your action.
That's my action.
You have your movements and your movement and your bonus action if you have anything left.
Bonus action. Nope, can't do anything.
All right.
That's all.
I'm just gonna growl angrily again. Elle, you're up. Cam, you're on deck.
Okay. Apel is going to make a multi-attack against Plant 1 again.
For it.
Okay.
I have 4.
So that's a 24 and a 16.
Holy, yes. Both of those hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, a 5 and a 2, so an 8 and a 5.
8 and a 5.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you are slowly turning this into a pulp. But as you like crush a few more of its roots and just crush its body a bit more, it is still like dripping ooze. It's very creepy being this close to it as it's just kind of like falling from between its thorns. Just kind of rotating and staring at you, but still up, looking
Still up.
terrible.
Jeez. Okay. I'm looking around. Who in my party is looking kind of rough besides Cam?
I'm good.
Yeah, you're doing great.
Well, you can't see Cam, so as far as you know, he's doing swell.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Sorry, I should have clarified. I'm just realizing that the people who got the temporary hit points, like, it wasn't just that your max went up. It was like you actually got 5.
Oh, yeah, 5, 10.
Yeah, you have. Okay, good. I just
Yeah.
So while you're looking,
Basil's really kind of rough.
Okay, but do you still have your temporary hit points? I'm just wondering if a healing word would stack on that.
So you are in beast shape right now, unless you're gonna drop.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah, never mind. Never mind. I forgot. Okay, I think I'm just gonna. That's all I'm gonna do.
All right.
I'm gonna keep punching this plant.
Perfect. Cam, you're up. Mrs. Q, you're on deck.
Like as I'm fighting in, I'm like running out of ideas. I'm slowly getting consumed by this thing. I'm like pinned in, trying to like wiggle, and I'm going to just think and improvise and like feel to like my belt where I have a bottle of the little flask of caustic slime that I had, and just try and like just enough to like uncork it, hopefully that it'll release and drain in to cause some sort of reciprocal burning sensation.
I love that.
I'm running out of ideas.
No, that's excellent. I'm just trying to see. There you go. Yeah, I mean, you're just trying to uncork this.
Just trying to wiggle down, like arms, trying to pop it loose.
Right.
Just so it drains.
You are restrained and blinded, but it's still like you can still reach for something in your pouch or in your belt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
It comes out and you have to fight a slime monster.
No.
Oh no.
It's been growing in there for months.
That's how they breathe. Just like in test tubes.
Oh no. So.
Let's see, acid on acid. But it's a different kind of acid. Yeah, I like this. Okay. So as you go and wiggle down and try to open it, I'm going to say just because you can't quite move out of the way of this thing spilling out, just give me a dex save to see if you get any on you. But it will definitely do some damage to this creature as well.
It's a nat 1.
Eric.
Disadvantage because I'm restrained.
Yeah.
I had an 18. 18 just my first roll.
Very much in line with, how this session has been going.
Yeah.
So you are going to go ahead and take, it's 1 point of acid damage as a little bit spills on you.
Sweet.
But as you kind of dump this out into its stomach, you feel like all of the muscles of this thing just sort of tense. And everybody on the outside, whatever's left of this thing that Elle has been beating, you can see it kind of like spasm almost with something, a different kind of acid from the acid in its stomach, as it just sort of like melts almost because it's a plant and made of ooze. But it just kind of like, just sort of like melts down to the ground and slowly falls as the 3 acid damage that I rolled was enough to kill it.
Perfect.
Yeah.
We got one of them.
Cam is still inside. Unless, let's see, what else does it do here?
Have you guys seen Men in Black? Where he goes into the bug at the end?
Yeah.
So you just still have your movement and a bonus action.
I stand up.
Yes.
So just, you're still kind of in
Stand up and try to
like
move around.
phloem. So you can use like 5 feet of your movement to get out of this
Yeah,
thing.
I'll pull myself.
And then stand up.
I'll pull myself out. I'll stand up. And then I have my bonus action.
You see this creature emerge from the remnants of this plant covered in green and white ooze about camp height. But yes, you still have your bonus action.
I'm going to use, I believe it's my cunning action to disengage and whatever I have left to just back up a bit.
All right, so 5 feet of movement plus half to stand up. Whatever that is for you, I'm going to let you focus on.
Okay.
But yeah, easy enough to do. Cam is out, but he looks really gross, guys. Like, disgustingly gross. All right. Mrs. Q, you are up. Basil, you're on deck.
Okay. Realizing that she is probably not going to get out anytime soon, she decides that she will just continue to cast spells from where she is. So she casts Bless at. Can you go back to me, please?
Mm-hmm.
Second level on everybody. So whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can add a d4. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving throw.
So we do it?
So add a d4 to your attack and saving throws.
Ooh.
So that's going to be, so at second level, you can do 4 people, I think, right?
Yeah.
So the Bane is going to drop because they are both concentration spells.
Okay.
So you cannot split your focus between 2 concentration spells. Bane and Bless are both concentration. So you can only have 1 up at a time.
Okay.
Sorry, Georgina.
That's okay. I'll get there eventually.
There's only 2 plants left, so...
I'll switch to Bless.
Okay. And who are your 4 going to be?
Oh, yeah, I guess.
The only 4 that are in battle because Cam disengaged.
Disengagement just means I can't get opportunity attacks.
I mean, definitely the 3 that are still restrained, and then Elle as well, because Mrs. Q is concerned about her.
All right. So D4 to attacks and saves for everybody in pink. All right. So that's Mrs. Q's turn. That's a very good turn. Basil, you're next. Apoc, you're on deck.
All I can do is try and get out. Here we go.
But this is a check, so no D4 to this.
Yep. That's a nat 20.
Finally.
Boom.
You really had to think about that one looking at your dice.
Yeah, it kind of fell into my other dice, and I was like, where'd it go?
It's not interference.
Not interference. All right, Basil. Once again, you're able to break out of this thing, just bursting through, finally.
Yes.
Bonus action and movement.
Let me see. Bonus action, bonus action, bonus action. Okay, what do you think I should do? I can either help or use second wind to heal myself.
Are you very...
What do you think?
What would Basil do?
Basil is finally having broken out of these restraints again. It's just going to be like, give like a deep Hulk, like, huzzah! It's like,
I don't think the Hulk says huzzah.
or I don't know, but it also is going to cast Help again on Apoc. And then I'm going to try and just maneuver, I guess, out of the terrain. Where ideally does it make sense for me to go? Well, okay, I guess I got to roll first, right?
Yes. So with the terrain, you are in difficult terrain. So you're at half movement.
Mm-hmm.
In addition to that, because the terrain is like grabbing at you, it's a strength check to get out. But this moonbeam here from Elle is still active. So if you enter this spot, it's going to hurt you. You can take the damage, or it's going to be a long way around this way. That's kind of your 2 options. Or just like straight this way, you know?
So I
those are your
can't.
3 options, sorry.
I can't like kind of just like try and get right here.
That's a safe spot, but any farther, you'd be in the moonbeam.
Okay,
Just
I would just like hop over to here.
All right. So a strength check to get out first.
That is a 21.
Yes, easy enough to do, so you can maneuver.
Oh.
He's free. unleash the beast.
Cool, and that's that.
All right, Apoc, you are up.
How far from the edge is this thing?
Like, number 3 is right there.
Right on the
Pop it
edge.
off the ledge, bruh.
But it's holding on to me.
You are
That's the
still being
problem.
held by this thing.
Sure.
Just try to be cognizant of it. Oh man. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a disadvantage shot at it with bless.
So with Basil's help,
Oh yeah, it's
it
straight.
evens out.
I
So it
forgot to
is
give you-
straight
Negative.
with bless.
Which one was I rolling that was good? Yeah, that's good. That's more than enough. It's like a 22.
Yeah, definitely.
Sorry, 24. And I'm going to. Yeah, I'm gonna try and do the push again, so it needs to do a strength save.
It needs to do a strength save.
Yeah. It's an 11. It has to beat. It doesn't. So I'm gonna slide it back into that moonbeam. Do I get moved with it? I guess is my question. And it's 9 points of piercing damage.
I don't know that it's grappling creature.
Because it's technically like moving or being forced to move beside me, does that mean I get an opportunity attack?
No, so it never left your range. I like the enthusiasm, but it never left your melee range. Just roll me a d6. On a 1 to 3, it takes you with it.
5.
All right, so it leaves you there.
Okay.
So you're still restrained,
Yeah.
grappled and restrained. You're still in difficult terrain, but it's caught so off guard by this movement that you have the length of this tendril.
Yeah.
But it is now in the moonbeam. And it's right beside you, Basil. So you currently have one on either side of you.
Cool.
That's your turn, Apoc?
I just shout out, I hope you wilt.
Ooh, what a burn.
Oh, it will burn.
All right. At the start of their turn, number 2 is not in the moonbeam. However, it currently has Dace grappled and Basil right next to it.
I
So,
thought I broke the grapple.
yes. Yeah, I forgot to remove the little thing. My mistake. It's just gonna try and grapple you again.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm a huggable guy.
You are a huggable guy.
Big plushy.
30-20.
Ooh.
I'll just leave that red circle right there.
All right.
Okay, so that's 4 points of bludgeoning damage to you, halved to 2 because you're still raging.
Okay.
And Basil, in your direction, critical fail. It can't quite grab a hold of you as Big Basil. However, you are right next to it, Dace, so it's going to take a bite of you. Does a 15 hit you?
Nope.
And it misses its bite, caught off guard by the Big Basil that's close to it. Plant 3 is still in the moonbeam, so Steph, I will need moonbeam damage for plant 3 because it failed again.
Yes!
That moonbeam is single-handedly won this
I
combat.
love it. I love having this.
You think I'd remember? What am I doing? 2d10? I'm doing 2d10? Oh! Damn it. 22!
Whoa!
22!
You rolled a 19.
Nice.
Well, I rolled an what did I roll? I rolled an 8 and a 10 plus 4.
Oh,
So
that's,
unless my math is wrong.
that's good. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
It was doing okay, but it's like burning from this radiant moonbeam that it now finds itself in. It's not happy. It's not happy. Can it get itself back out? It's able to... No, I mean, I gotta go with the cardinal directions that I was doing before. So blind and in pain, it attempts to move, finding where it wants to move Basil in its way, and unable to do so. It's going to strike out towards you, Basil, because you're right there. 17 hit you?
Yeah.
For 8 bludgeoning damage.
Ooh, okay.
And you are large, technically, at this point in time, so it can't... Oh, no, wait, sorry. It can't do that because it has Mrs. Q. Take that 8 back. You can only have 2 grappled at a time, and it has Mrs. Q and its other tendril.
Right.
Yikes. But it's going to reel you in, Apoc.
Okay.
And take a bite of you.
Let's see it try.
I want to swallow somebody else. It misses. As it goes to clamp down on you and just finds no purchase. You can kind of like hear its jaws clamp right next to your ear.
Is it like gumming me instead?
No.
Okay.
Dace, you are up. Elle, you're on deck.
Feed these sea marks.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll try once again to break out of its grapple.
Go ahead and make a strength check, Dace. You just have the bad luck of going like after these guys go.
19.
Yes, without a problem, you're able to break free.
And then If I wanted to push plant number 2 into the moonbeam, that would be an unarmed strike, right?
It would be an unarmed strike, which would be your action, but you did use your action to break the restraint.
Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah. There's a specific action called shove that you can do.
But it's using an action.
You did use your action to break out, unfortunately.
But I think, like, if you're interested, you can take feats that might make it a bonus. I don't know if shove is one of them.
Bonus action. Attack target.
No.
Nope, can't do anything. I'll just stand tall and proud.
No.
They stand tall and proud.
Just shrugs it off, you know.
Elle, you're up. Cam on deck.
Okay. So plant 3 is still in the beam. Plant 2 is not.
Correct.
Okay.
Plant 3 is looking not great. Plant 2 is looking just fine.
Just fine, eh? Okay. Then I'm going to take my movement to get over to the plant, and kind of in the same mind as what Dace was thinking, I'm going to try to push the plant into the beam with like my melee attack if I can.
All right. Go for it.
Okay. So, no. Is this considered like my melee weapon for the ape? I just want to know if I can add 5 to it.
I'm looking it up right now. Sorry, give me a second here.
You know.
Do you want me to read out the shove?
Yeah, could you?
So, if you're able to make multiple attacks with the attack action, this replaces one of them. So it only takes one of your 2 attacks if you have 2. It can be no larger than you and within your reach. Instead of making an attack roll, you make a strength athletics check, contested by the target's strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
These things are bigger than us, right? So, except for
It can be one size larger.
But
Yeah. So I don't know how large it is.
So the ape is medium, the beast is large, so I think this still works.
Yeah.
The target must be no more than one size larger than you. Yep, and must be within your reach instead of making an attack roll. Okay,
But
so
if I have a multi-attack,
yeah, you do have multi-attack, so go ahead and roll me in athletics.
okay, can I punch it and then shove it?
Balance and then.
Sorry, what am I doing?
I mean, yeah, you could. Yeah, you're right. Rather not target opponent, push it 5 feet from you. Yeah, you can make a punch, and then when you shove, it technically pushes it 5 feet away from you. So yeah, punch and shove.
Okay.
Which is hilarious.
Okay. So what am I rolling? I want to make sure I'm rolling everything I need to.
All right, so if you want to punch and then shove, just roll an attack as normal for your punch. So
punch? Okay. Oh, that's nat 20 from a punch.
Whoa. Hey. All right, so that's your fist attack. So 1d6 doubled, then add 3.
And I rolled a 6.
Whoa.
So 12, so 15.
So 12 plus 3, 15.
All right.
Oh.
That's painful. And then for your shove attack, you're going to need to make an athletics check.
Okay, and I'm using the skill check of the ape, correct?
Of the ape, yes.
All right, well, I got a +5 to this check then.
Yes, exactly.
18 plus 5 for 23?
Very nice.
So it's contested by... I've rolled so many 4s and 5s.
Get new dice.
These are my DM dice. They have skulls in them. You are successfully able to shove this thing 5 feet away from you so that it enters the movie.
Woo!
Which it will take. You are the North Target Pro. Okay. So it doesn't take any damage from this, but you're able to shove it into the moonbeam, which will hurt it on its next turn.
Yeah, it just took the damage from the punch, and then we're waiting until the next turn.
That was a good turn there, Elle. Camembert, you are up with Mrs. Q on deck.
Okay, I'm gonna run in, grab my. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna run in, grab my dagger as I go, picking it up off the ground, and like one movement, just uppercut the dagger into this. I think it's number 2, closest.
Number 2. Go for it.
And so I'll attack. 17 to hit.
Yes, definitely hits.
5 plus 6, 11 points of piercing damage.
That's with your sneak attack and everything too?
Yep.
Okay.
And
it went from looking fine to not looking so hot.
And if it moves, it's going to take more damage. And I'm going to finish up my movement by backing away. Ah. No!
Giant Cam enters.
Oh no, he's getting bigger!
Yeah.
There you
go. All right, you go ahead and back away. This guy currently has nobody in his tendril, so he's going to go ahead and take a smack at you. 16.
Over there! I'm over here! As I'm going to cast Silvery Barbs on it to give it disadvantage.
That was a crit, so 16 is the lowest.
That'll hit.
Okay.
The only hit when it's Eric.
I know! And that's going to be 7 bludgeoning damage. And it is going to grapple you again in its tendril.
Well, I'm unconscious.
So as the tendril whips out towards Cam, not being distracted since you said, look over there, and the thing has no eyes. It is not fooled by you. It grabs around you once more, restraining you, and Cam falls limp once more. This fight.
Were these things not blind?
They are blind, but when you're that close, one might say it's blind sight is very, very good.
All right, guys.
All right, that's its reaction. Okay. Wow, it even shows when you're rolling death saves on the encounter builder. That's terrifying. Mrs. Q. Basil, you're on deck.
Can I see Cam? Did I see him just pass out?
So you currently have Dace. You currently have an 8 in your way. I would say you probably heard Cam shout. You probably saw the tendril whip out towards him.
Okay.
But I don't know if you would have actually seen. He's also kind of around the bend from you. I don't know if you would have actually seen it behind Elle, the ape.
Yeah, okay. That's what I figured. Mrs. Q tries to get free from her grapple, restraint.
All right, so the restraint from the plant itself, I'm going to need a strength check.
Okay. 17.
And Mrs. Q, with some unknown strength, is one shot where the fighters could not do it, able to break out of these restraints.
Oh, good.
You are still in some tough terrain, but you are no longer restrained by this creature.
Okay. And I can't do anything about the terrain on this turn because it takes a turn to do it, or I can?
It's more like when you're moving, it's resisting your movement. So it more affects your movement. However, you did use your action to break out of this restraint. So you technically have your movement, although it's hard, and you have a bonus action.
Okay. I will try and use my movement to get out then.
All right. So your movement is halved to start with because it's difficult terrain.
Yep.
But that should be enough to get you out. I will need another strength check as you're moving out of this terrain.
Crit fail.
Kind of trying to take a couple steps here and there, and you can't quite leave this space just yet.
Okay.
Anything with your bonus action, Mrs. Q?
How the people that I can see, how do they look?
I'm looking good.
Still looking rough.
Okay.
Ish.
I cast Healing Word as my bonus action on Basil. So it's 1d4 plus 2.
You want to roll it or me roll it?
You roll it. I don't want to be responsible for a bad roll.
The fear.
2.
Correct.
All right, finishing up Mrs. Q's turn. Basil, you are up. Apoc, you're on deck.
Okay. For the first time tonight, Basil's gonna try and do an attack roll.
Oh man.
Okay.
Interference.
Fell off the table.
Ooh.
So that's it's 10 to 28. 28.
Okay, which one are you hitting? There's two there.
Got a 20.
That's a nat 20, right?
That's a nat.
If I do a nat 20 on an attack roll, that's like double, correct?
Yeah.
That's really good, and you should be celebrating.
If you roll a 20, you don't have to do math.
Dude, all game, I've just been like, oh man. Boom! First attack roll, nat 20. Okay.
All right, which one are you hitting?
I'm going for 2.
You're going for number 2. Okay, so roll your dice, and then double that number.
Do I? Okay, yeah.
And then you add whatever your bonus is on top of that.
14, but because I'm giant. 16. So that's 18.
And Basil makes very good use of his one attack this night as you slice through this plant right in half with all of your pent-up fury and near-death experience as plant number 2 falls.
I'll say just there's anger but joy in Mr. Basil as he spears through this thing, and he's just like, yes!
You get a little bit of the spray of the ooze from the inside of this creature.
I love it.
All right. Good use of your turn, Basil.
And then I'll also cast Help again to...
All right, Apoc.
Let's do this.
Empowered by Basil.
Come on, Apoc.
Let's count.
Take it down.
18.
That hits.
That hits. Okay. Another bow shot. Piercing with the added swarm damage as well. Not bad, not bad. 11 piercing damage.
How do you want to do this?
Yeah.
Oh, that was frustrating.
It's still in the moonbeam. I feel like
Oh, I forgot about the moonbeam.
I feel like the arrow just kind of skims by its nose, and where that part just like shed off, the bright light just came in and it just melted to the ground.
In a puddle of ooze.
Yeah.
As you all kind of sit there and take a breath, Cam, you feel the Cam drops to the ground, unconscious still.
Cam! As you hear the shell of a voice.
Let me double check something here.
Mm-hmm.
I have to get to them. Am I free now?
Well, yeah. Now that these creatures are dead, is like the terrain still there? Is the terrain gone?
The terrain itself is still writhing underneath you, Mrs. Q. Dace, you're caught in it as well. Everybody else is just outside, but even though the creatures are dead, it seems like they had some control over the terrain itself. That is a little bit unexpected.
Now that the battle is over, the moonbeam is going to dissipate. It's going to go away. And Elle is also going to run, still in ape form, with Apoc towards Cam.
All right, so the moonbeam dissipates. All right. I just want to be aware, it is like 9:24. We haven't taken a break. That was a very long combat.
Yeah.
I am hoping to end at 10, but did you want like 5 minutes before we resolve everything to just get up and stretch and get water, or how are we feeling?
We could. I
We're
feel
gonna
like
power through?
Power through.
Okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so because the ground is still a factor here, kind of do this in quick speed. So Elle, you come out of wild shape, you run over with Apoc. What are you guys doing?
Are we still in turn order?
We're gonna kind of do it loosely turn order if you're waiting for Mrs. Q to get there, because she is currently hindered, I guess.
One of those potions I have is red, right? The one that's changing from red to blue.
Uh-huh.
As my bonus action, I'm going to give him it while it's red. Fingers crossed.
No.
Okay.
I could also.
Can you heal? Can you heal?
Yes!
Oh,
There you go, potion.
I want to see what this potion does.
I'm okay. If you stop me, I see a giant ape next to me, so I'm just assuming it's not me.
Do you give him the potion?
Yeah, Elle.
Unless Elle physically stops me, I give him a potion while it's red.
Yeah, Elle can cast Healing Word at first level, but if Apoc also wants to give the potion, we can do that too.
I see this. Are you still an ape?
Yeah, I'm still an ape.
Then
Alright.
I'm giving the potion, yeah.
Yeah, because
You give the potion. Well, sorry, Eric.
Because I think you have to take your action to drop out of wild shape before you can healing word.
Oh, that's technically true. So like an action. So you give him the potion while it's red.
Yeah, I'll be running towards them, and I'll drop wild shape, so Elle is now coming towards.
Nothing seems to happen.
Okay.
Maybe let's just shrink her. Just shrink her.
Okay, so there's that Basil, Dace, Mrs. Q. What are you doing?
I'm trying to get out of this
We'll get there, Cam.
stupid stuff that I've been stuck in this whole time.
Can I like run over and what can I do? Maybe like how far? If I'm on the edge, how far is that?
Mrs. Q is strength. Where are we here?
Only 5 feet.
That was Apoc. Elle. Correct. Technically, Dace, you have an action or something before Mrs. Q and Basil get one.
Could I just take my great axe and just chop the ground? Like chop around me?
Stupid ground.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Go ahead and make to hit for sure. With that, you're gonna do more than enough damage to free yourself. You are able to move. That is your action and your move, though. But you are out of it now.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, Camembert, I need a death save.
That's a 5.
Okay, still a fail, but not a 1. Mrs. Q and Basil, you have your actions / turns.
I would try and assist her to get out of the terrain. Like either I would try and reach out for her to grab her hand, or throw my cloak or a rope for her to hold on to and just try and yank her out.
All right, Mrs. Q, strength check with advantage to get out of this. Apoc, Elle, you're gonna have your actions next.
Nothing. 12.
12. You move a little bit, but aren't quite able to get out of this as you just miss the mark. Apoc and Elle.
I just try to stabilize him if I can. I don't know how. I'm doing what they showed us in junior high or high school, where it's just stay alive.
Medicine check. Elle, what are you doing?
Now that I've dropped my wild shape on my last action, so I'm going to cast Healing Word on Cam.
Yeah.
Okay, what was your
17?
17. Okay, so here's how we're gonna resolve this. Elle, you go to cast Healing Word on Cam, and as you do, Cam's body kind of beats red for a second, as it seems like the potion you gave him is almost rejecting, or one might say reversing the spell of healing to the spell of damage. So, Cam, you lose another death save. However, thanks to Apoc's successful medicine check, you are stabilized.
What?
If I'm unconscious, is that a crit?
No, so it just reverses the next spell, pretty much. So
I should have punched you instead of healing you.
Oh my.
But with Apoc's successful medicine check, you're stable. You're out cold, but you are stable, no longer making death saves.
Now the problem is, do they know that?
Apoc's medicine check was a 17. I'm gonna say that you would know that he's okay now, not okay, but not on death's door. However, as the potion took effect after Elle's healing word, that with that jolt of red light, the wounds got a little deeper onto him as you did more damage.
Hold on. I need to do mouth to mouth. Somebody take over. Chest compression.
Elle will take over the chest compressions. She's tiny though, so.
This is killing in a good berry.
I was like, is this right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, he's stable.
This is how we keep him stable.
Yeah, but Elle doesn't know that. As for all she knows, she heard him, so she's trying to do whatever she can now, and she's not going to try casting anything else.
Wait,
Yeah.
do we know that it was the reverse? Could we understand that in the moment?
Okay, so the way it worked was you gave him the potion.
Yeah.
Elle came beside you. We jumped over to Mrs. Q. The next turn that came about, Elle cast the healing word. He glowed red for a second. His wounds got deeper.
Okay.
You stabilized.
Yeah, so we would know that.
So I can give you an Arcana check. Elle, I can give you an Arcana check if you wanted to try and think of it, but
Yeah. She'll think of that. Arcana.
Rosemary.
My intelligence is -1. I'm probably not smart enough for that.
yeah.
I got a 15 Arcana check. Wait, am I still blessed?
Technically, Bless is still going, but this was a check, so it's not your default.
Damn it. Okay. Still a 15 then.
With the 15, I mean, you were an ape when you saw Apoc give the potion. However, you could kind of make this is not what your magic is supposed to do, and you didn't do anything wrong. So it definitely wasn't you. It was some sort of external force. So you could make a reasonable assumption that maybe the potion had something to do with it, but you can't be like 100% sure. But Cam is unconscious, stable, Dace is free, Basil is helping Mrs. Q at this time. Mrs. Q, you are being called for by a very panicky Apoc.
Get us the good berry.
Very hard to get there.
Just chuck it.
Chuck what?
The good berry.
I mean, can I? Okay. With the Arcana check that Steph made, would she know whether the potion was like a one-time deal? Like, if we do anything more, is it also going to have the opposite effect? Do we need to start punching and kicking him?
That's actually a really good idea for a potion. But you can see that like Cam is no longer glowing red.
Okay.
So there was this like burst, and then he kind of went back to his normal coloration.
If you want to punch him, I can give him another one. I have 2.
Elle would want to try another healing word when it's back to her action.
Yeah.
Now that she's kind of figured she didn't do anything wrong.
You can go ahead and make another strength check with advantage with Basil's help, Mrs. Q, if you're going to try and get out once more, unless you're doing anything else.
I can't really do very much from where I am.
It stays active. It's still there for 2 more rounds.
17.
You're able to finally make it out, so you can make your way over.
Okay, so I can walk over there right now.
Yeah. Dace, if you wanted to do anything else as well. I mean, now we're technically out of combat as long as nobody re-enters these areas. Please. You're able to reconvene. Once more, a very familiar location over Cam's unconscious body.
So is Mrs. Q free to cast something now?
Mrs. Q, Elle, whoever wants to, we're out of combat. Turn order is dropped.
Okay.
You guys do you. Talk amongst yourselves.
Mrs. Q was planning to cast Cure Wounds at 2nd level.
Yeah, go ahead. I've only got 1st level spells left.
Okay. So that is 2d8 plus 2.
Right. So jolting Cam back to consciousness. Cam, your eyes open once more with all of your friends staring at you.
Hey guys, what's up?
I just picture like a big group hug going like, Cam! So just embrace them.
So we kill the plants, or what's going on?
Yep. Are you okay?
Yeah, peachy keen. I feel great.
Great. Mrs. Q also casts Goodberry and hands him like 5 of them to keep in his pocket for the next 24 hours to eat at his leisure.
Perfect.
Thanks.
You now have 5 good berries.
And I distribute the others among everyone else. So everyone gets 1, I guess.
What's a good berry do?
Gives you a hit point.
Gives you 1 hit point per berry.
Yeah. And provides enough nourishment to sustain you for a whole day.
Very important fact.
Everyone gets 1, what do you say?
Yeah. I think, is that... 1, 2,
How many did you make?
There's 10. Okay.
That was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
I guess. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you can give 5 to Cam and 1 for everybody else, including yourself.
Oh, okay, sure.
Cam, we need to get you on cardio.
On cardio?
Yeah. You can't just drop to the ground every time we get into a fight.
I was captured, dragged, eaten, and then bitten, and then hit. I did my best. Looks like you guys did your best, and we're right as rain. Let's get to the top of this mountain. We got some bandits to catch. Sorry for taking so long.
What time of day is this?
So you're around like the 7:15 p.m. mark.
And this is the 6th day?
This is the 5th day from leaving Alderheart. So like you made it to the mountains. You're up this mountain road. You like you're high. You don't know how much farther because no one actually knows the exact location of this bandit hideout. Only that it's here. But you've just been trekking since.
Do we want to plan to not go too far and make camp somewhere if it's already getting late-ish? We can get a little further.
I mean, we're like, what, 1,000 feet up?
Something like that, yeah.
Dang.
How does everyone feel?
I used a lot of spells.
Fantastic.
Yeah, Elle feels good. She's a little low on spells, but she's still at full health.
I can't remember, do we still have the track like that we're following? Or is it just the one path that we've seen?
So you followed the bandits trail like over the prairie, like over the savannah, and found essentially the only road that you could have seen at that point in the mountains after following the trail. So you have it on like good instinct that you're going in the right direction. You just don't know the distance. That's the hard part.
Yeah. And we can't see it, obviously.
You can't, I mean, this mountain road is kind of windy. You definitely couldn't see it from where you entered the road. Can't really see anything even looking up. It's not necessary to make a perception check for this because like the road kind of curves around the corner, you know?
Yeah,
so
there's nothing there.
Nothing quite in your vicinity to see at this time.
Long rest?
Either that or we try and get there at the end of the night and then get up early and go talk. I don't know.
Hope that we don't run into...
Yeah. Push a little bit. Find a safe spot to camp.
Mm-hmm.
So are we trekking or like, because if we stay put, right? Like, we're just next to some decomposing plants.
Yeah.
Very oozy.
We can make a salad.
I don't want to make a salad for these guys.
Or are we just going to leave it there?
I think so.
Should we maybe go a little forward and try to find some kind of shelter? We got...
No one else picked up on them.
No, we got it.
Oh, I heard it, yeah. Considering we got hit with a tidal wave out of nowhere last night, and though we could try to find somewhere to shelter a little.
Fair enough.
Okay, yeah, I'm done with that.
All right. So I'm going to kind of ask, just in general, how much farther do you want to trek tonight? Like, are you going till midnight? Are you going for another hour before trying to find a spot to make camp? As you're trekking, I mean, the map is a really good picture. Trees are sparse and they're only getting sparser, whether they've been like cut down purposefully So kind of around like tighter corners, for example, for improved visibility, or on straightaways, to see, you know, you have no idea what's above you. But it seems like places to hide are getting a little few and far between, either man-made or just altitude-wise. So how much farther are you guys wanting to trek? Are you trying to hide? Are you trying to stealth? Are you just going to walk up and be very open?
I would say either hide or stealthy, depending what the group want to do. We were already attacked once by plants in the open. So.
What time is it?
So when you finished the battle, it was like 7:15 p.m.-ish. But that was like a full day of travel. Like you started at 7, it's now 12 hours later sort of situation.
And are we like in a daylight savings time area where like 7 p.m. is like bright outside?
It's more of a northern situation here, so the sun sets closer to like 10 p.m.
Oh, okay.
As opposed to, 8 p.m.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Maybe we keep going until it gets dark.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, because like the whisper in the wind said, the trees are getting sparse, and like we can see people coming a mile away.
Yeah. I don't know about you guys. I'm not gonna fall asleep with the light out.
Yeah.
All right, so trekking for another, 2-3 hours until it starts to get dark here in the mountains.
Or we see the bandit camp.
Or you see the bandit camp. Another 2 hours. I'll get everyone to make me a, go ahead and make a perception check just to see what you notice in terms of anything, really.
Yes.
Dirty 20.
20, 18,
15.
15,
10.
There's a crit fail.
Phil,
Oh.
and Apoc.
14.
14. So anybody who rolled above a 12, which I think is everyone except for Basil, closer to that twilight area where you can still kind of see before it gets too dark, you do start to notice that the road does begin to widen a bit more, so you can comfortably fit like a horse-drawn cart instead of just a hand cart. And if you look careful enough, you can even start to see more traffic. So it's not just, rocky, dirt-strewn paths. It's more well-traveled. So if you were a fortress hiding in the mountains, you would want to try and deter as much as possible so you didn't need to defend as much road. And you can kind of assume that now that it looks more well-traveled, more well-cared for, you might be getting a bit closer and out of the worst of the road itself. You can't quite make any determination. Again, you don't see like lights on in a fortress or anything, but it is, it's dark in the mountains. But you can make the assumption, particularly with the dirty 20, I think that was the highest roll from Camembert, you can make the assumption that you're getting much closer than you were. But night does come, so dark, closer to the 10 o'clock, 10:30 mark, to the point where it's kind of hard to see your hand in front of your face without any type of external light. The road being wider is a bit more comfortable. You could all walk shoulder to shoulder and not worry too much about falling off the edge, which is kind of nice compared to where you had your fight. But if you are going to go ahead and make camp, this particular stretch of the road, there are some sparse trees. You have been sort of winding along a curve of the mountain as opposed to any type of straightaway at this point. And you can discern, at least I guess Apoc might be able to discern a bit more being in the mountains. A favorite spot, that you are more on the like southeast side of the mountains now. So you're starting to kind of wrap around. You came in right from the, southwest, and you're wrapping around the southeast side of this mountain. You're making pretty good time. So you could easily find like a little, a tree to camp under, but it's by no means cover. Someone on this road will see you unless you're going to try and do anything else to disguise yourself.
I should probably keep a watch. Wake us up if anybody comes by.
The tree big? Like we could climb it?
The trees are getting a little thinner here.
Okay.
This one is probably the biggest in this area, but it's kind of like a poplar. It's sort of tall and skinny as opposed to climbable.
Yeah, okay.
You could try and scale the wall behind you, like the actual cliff face itself. You can see, there could be some plateaus up there where a person could sit.
What's the DVH on this tree?
The what?
The DVH, the diameter at breast height.
Oh. I don't know. 6 inches?
There you go.
Like a tall, skinny tree.
All right, who wants to take first watch?
I'll take first watch.
We should split up the night or the dark vision people.
I think everyone has dark vision.
Nope.
No.
Oh. I thought hedgehogs are nocturnal.
I know. My eyesight is very poor.
The same way bubbles are reflective.
Which they are.
They are.
Are they not?
I Googled it, and I learned that they, in fact, are.
Amazing. I love that so much. All right, first watch. All right, Dace and...
I'll do it with them.
All right. Okay, so as everyone heads off to sleep, worry about who's going to wake up for second watch later. As everyone heads off to sleep, Dace and Basil staying up. I'll get a perception check from you guys. If you don't have dark vision, it's at disadvantage.
I rolled a 9.
Okay.
Oh, 19.
Okay. Not long into your watch, maybe, like an hour and a bit, halfway through, as your friends are sleeping next to you, you hear a jingle. A jingle jangle. A very familiar jingle jangle of armor. And Dace, with your perception being at a 19, Basil, it kind of takes you a little bit longer to fully understand what you're hearing, and Dace definitely does hear it first. You can tell it's coming from the road in the direction that you would be traveling, so from up the road, pretty much. It doesn't sound... The best way I can describe it is if there was more than one person walking with armor, how the difference in stride would make the jingle jangles different rhythms.
Yeah.
That's kind of what you hear. Difficult to make out how many, but you definitely hear more than one. They seem to be coming in your direction. However, we are going to pick up there next time.
Ooh.